Hey, I'm Mike with VidMuze.com, and today's video is going to demonstrate remote triggering Red Weapon series cameras with the MōVI controller. Now, with Freefly's universal cable kit, they offer a large variety of start and stop cables for a whole series of different cameras, including the Canon C series, Blackmagic Cinema, GH4, and a whole plethora of other cameras as well. Now, if you want to go ahead and start and stop Red, you do have to buy a secondary cable that works along with that universal cable kit. Now, since Red has released their Weapon series, now this includes Raven, Scarlet-w, Weapon, and Helium, they changed the wiring a little bit in their jetpack module. So what does this mean exactly? Well, the original start and stop cable from Freefly will not work with this jetpack module without some modification to that cable. So what is different with the old Reds versus the new Reds? Well, the old Reds required a 3.3 volt sent into that sync port to, yes, enable the start and stop. Now, the MōVI controller with the Freefly's start and stop cable with Red does supply that 3.3 volts. The new jetpack module doesn't require any voltage whatsoever, so the cable won't work at all. Now, for a quick disclaimer, what we're about to show you in this video is some modifications that we have done and, yes, tested with our own gear, and yes, it works properly. Now, if you go ahead and tweak your own gear, you are doing it at your own risk. If you mess up your gear, we are not responsible. Now, when looking at Freefly's Red start and stop ribbon cable, you'll notice that there are a total of 6 individual cables. Now, when looking very closely at the connector itself, you'll see that the 6 cables are actually numbered 1 through 6. However, they start from right to left. Now, only 2 of these cables are actually connected to the mini LEMO cable that connects to Red. Now, cables 1 and 5 are the 2 cables Red uses for triggering start and stop. Cable 5 delivers that 3.3 volts we talked about that we don't need anymore when using the jetpack module. Now, the new cable that we need is number 4, which is a pull to ground. Red weapons now use those ground cables for triggering when using the jetpack modules. So all we have to do is swap cables 4 and 5. So very carefully with small tweezers or even a needle will work, gently pry the plastic tabs back about 30 degrees. Be careful not to snap the tabs off. Then cables 4 and 5 should be able to slip right out when you gently pull them. Next, take the tweezers or a small Phillips screwdriver and gently push the plastic tabs back down a little bit further than their original positions. Once you release them, they should be flush where they originally were. Now, carefully insert cable number 5 into port number 4. Now remember to check for that numbered label. Then cable number 4 needs to go into port number 5. Once the cables are inserted, gently tug on them to make sure that they're locked back into their ports securely. So now with those difficult hardware parts out of the way, we do have a few more easy software setting changes in the camera itself. So first thing, power on your Red, then go into the Settings tab. Then go to Setup, then GPIO/Sync, then go ahead and click on over to the Brain GPIO tab. Now the switch in high needs to be set to record start. The switch in low needs to be set to record stop. Now the GPIO function needs to be set to sync out. Go ahead and hit close and you're done. Now the next step is to power on your MōVI controller. Now if your camera is just sitting next to your gimbal and it's actually not mounted in the gimbal, make sure that your kill switch is set on that MōVI controller so yes, your motors don't engage when you boot up the MōVI, because that would be bad. Next, we need to go ahead and plug in the LEMO cable into the sync port of the Red on the jetpack. Now make sure the other 3-pin cable on your start and stop is plugged into the Spectrum port of the MōVI controller module on the MōVI itself. Once the MōVI boots, you can go ahead and test the Red trigger button on your MōVI controller and you should have Red start and stop capabilities. Well, that wraps up today's video. Hope it was helpful for you guys. Now, if any of you have other drone or MōVI questions, head right on over to our website at vidmuse.com. There you'll be happy to know, yes, we do drone and MōVI consulting, so we can help you that way. You'll also be happy to know, yes, we do now sell Freefly gear. So if you're needing an Ulta, another MōVI, a simple Red start and stop cable for your MōVI controller, yes, we do sell that through our website, so head on over to vidmuse.com. Again, I'm Mike. We'll see you guys again soon.